Today we're going to be talking about 4 things that you're doing wrong during your spiritual awakening. If this interests you, stick around and let's get into it. Hi, I'm Veronica and welcome back to the Wholeness Shift. If this is your first time here, welcome. It's nice to meet you. I help people navigate their spiritual awakenings by talking about easy, practical spirituality. We also talk about every other metaphysical thing that you could imagine. So if these things interest you, stick around. Hit the subscribe button below. I wouldn't want you to miss out on anything good. We're getting into 4 things that you're doing wrong during your spiritual awakening. Let's get into it. Number 1, you're trying to control the journey. I can't tell you how many emails and messages I get where people are like, I need to know what's happening. I need my guides to tell me like what's going to happen next, then what's going to happen next. What is my path? What am I supposed to do? And the answer is like shrug emoji. It's not for us to know all of it right now. It's not for us to control the path or control the journey. It's up to us to release and learn detachment and to learn to just exist in the flow, to just be in the flow and allow it to unfold for us. Allow the path to unfold. Allow the river to take us. I always say that it's just like being in a raft in a whitewater river, like in the Whitewater Rapids. You're in a raft. You don't tell the river where you're going to go. You can paddle all you want to go this way or that way or to go upstream. It doesn't work like that. All you're going to do is exhaust yourself. You're going to frustrate yourself. You are going to end up with achy muscles, but you're not going to accomplish much. What you need to do is just release and allow the flow to carry you in the direction that it's going. So as long as you're doing your things that you need to do, such as raising your vibes and stuff like that, just release. You don't need to know it all. What's supposed to happen is going to happen, and you cannot screw it up. What's meant for you won't miss you. Just release and let it happen. Number 2, you think that everything about you can change. You can be a whole new person with a whole new outlook without everything in your life changing. You expect everything else in your life to stay the same, and you freak out if there's any change. I get lots of emails and messages about this too. You just need to be prepared for everything to change. You need to be prepared to lose relationships, perhaps change jobs, perhaps be called to a different location or a different home or a different city or state or country. You need to be prepared to lose some friends. You need to be prepared to even start liking different food and disliking stuff you always loved. You never know. Like, be prepared for everything to change. Everything. And that is okay. Because where you're going is going to be so much sweeter than anywhere you've ever been. Number 3, you're not living in an intentional way in order to get the results out of life that you want. And if you don't know what I mean by intentional living, I will link to a few videos I've done on this. But basically, the analogy I always use is that you need to think about what you want your life to look like. What do you want? Do you want a successful relationship? Do you want a larger home? Do you want to be working in being a volunteer? Do you want to, what do you want?
What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
And then you need to start manifesting that now. You know, that might not be for years down the road. You don't know. But you need to start putting in the pre-work to get that thing. So the analogy I always like to use is that you can't expect to get cupcakes out of the oven when you put in a pot roast or you put in a ham. You know what I mean? Like, you have to put in the ingredients for the thing you want to come out. So you can't expect to be wanting to be a fitness coach, random example, if you want to sit around and eat in an unhealthy way and never work out and never do any stretching, and those two things don't go together. So even if you aren't a fitness coach or a trainer right now, you have to start doing the work in your life to get that thing out. So when you apply that to your spiritual awakening, if the things that you want peace, you want joy, you want spiritual growth and expansion, you want your third eye open, you want spiritual gifts to start coming online, you want to be a Reiki healer, whatever the case may be, whatever goal you're heading towards, you have to start putting in the work now. Which leads me to number 4. You are not meditating and doing whatever you need to do in order to raise your vibrations. If you don't know how to meditate, I will link to a video that I've done on that, on meditation for beginners. It tells you everything that you need to know, and it really breaks it down into easy, actionable steps for you. It will really be beneficial for you. But you have to meditate at least 15 minutes every single day. And I don't want to hear, I've tried it, I'm no good at it, or meditation doesn't work for me. I'm calling BS. I'm dismissing that. I'm rejecting it. Try again. Keep trying. It's a practice. Going back to the fitness thing, you're not going to get shredded abs if you just do sit-ups once in a while or ever. Like, I never do sit-ups, and it shows. I'm not going to have ripped abs when I never do sit-ups. So you're not going to get those things and those benefits, all the sweet things that come from your spiritual life and the spiritual awakening if you do not do the things to raise your vibrations, to open and balance your chakras, to open your third eye. All of these things come from a practice of meditation and various other ways to raise your vibrations. But meditation is what's going to bring the growth and the really connecting with your higher self and with your soul. At least 15 minutes every day. So you guys ring in the comments. What is your experience when you started meditating? Once you got like a solid month of daily meditation under your belt, did you notice a difference? Can you vouch for me on this? What are your thoughts? And what other things are people doing wrong or missing during their spiritual awakening? Let's learn from one another. Chime in the comments with that as well. And if you haven't yet, like this video, share it to someone that you think might benefit from this information. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It means a lot. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.